Welcome to the Always Sunday Football Podcast. I'm Dave. I'm joined, as I am every week, by Anthony. How you doing, Anthony?
Good. How you doing?
Great. We're here at the Clouded Mind Studios. Jonny, down there in Florida. How you doing, buddy?
Doing shabby.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
Shabby.
Shabby is bad.
Well, no, but he said shabby.
Oh, okay. Maybe it doesn't mean what I think it means. Danny, how you doing?
Good. Good.
Awesome. So
We got-
we're gonna.
the question.
We already got one. We got another one in the chat
question,
already
another
to start our
Okay,
show.
so let's. Cruz Garcia, what's up, Cruz? How you doing? Thanks for watching the show. Puka or Tank this week?
Puka.
Also, Puka or Tank?
Tank Dell?
Oh, Tank Dell. Yeah. What other Tank do you think?
Tank Bigsby.
No, come on. They're both. Yeah, Puka or
I'm
Tank.
doing
I mean,
Puka.
are you locked and loaded that you think Stafford's thumb is going to be fine?
Well, it's him and Cup,
Yeah,
so it's like the only two. And where
that's not the question.
I mean,
I asked about Stafford's thumb, not
yeah,
about.
I think he'll be.
I know
I think.
who the receivers are.
Don't give me your shit.
I'm
I
serious.
think he's okay. I think he's gonna.
You
be,
think he's-
I
thumb's
think he's
fine.
gonna be.
Danny, you're our injury guy. How's Stafford's thumb?
I have no idea. I mean, I think he's expect to play. I might lean towards Tank Dell in this matchup, though.
It's just that CJ Stroud spreads the ball around.
I might lean towards Tank Dell as well. Stroud spreads the ball around, sure, but Tank Dell is always a main recipient of that.
Yeah,
He also
he's
has Lamar with Brock on the bench. Should I ride with him or consider trading? If you can, I would say ride with Lamar, and if you can get some value, if you can get like a position player or running back or receiver for Brock Purdy, do that.
jump.
I think.
Yeah,
I think you trade Brock for a receiver or a running back. If you can get somebody who's good, do it. You have Gibbs and Achane, Pollard and Kyron, so I could move one.
Pollard.
Pollard would be the one to move.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of value.
Right, you're getting name value.
If you get that. But Brock Purdy plus Tony Pollard, if you can get somebody to give you somebody for those.
Yeah, if you
those
piece him
players.
somebody who's got a maybe somebody who has Trevor Lawrence who's really upset right now.
yeah.
Why would you want Trevor Lawrence? Oh, get somebody else off their team.
You'd want to
Right.
replace him. Yeah,
And they would
Yeah.
want
They didn't
Brock
like a
Purdy
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, because Purdy has fantasy value.
for sure.
Why would you want Calvin Ridley? Calvin Ridley stinks.
It's actually Calvin Diddley squash.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yo,
Yeah,
he's actually good. I was at that game.
Yeah, he looks good, but they're
might
not
look
They
looking
should
at him.
good.
throw the ball. And when
Well-
they throw the ball to him, there's a pass interference call because there's.
I don't know. I think that there was a lot of clips on TV of him not being open. So you said that he was open a lot. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I think with this Puka Tank question, I think it's safer play Tank,
Yes.
ceiling Puka.
No, I think Tank has a ceiling also. I'm saying Tank all the way. Make it
Yeah.
Tank for me. I'm giving it Tank. And then if you can get somebody for Brock, trade him. If you can get somebody for Pollard, trade him. If you can package them together and get somebody good, do it.
If you could also hit that subscribe button, bang.
Yes. What do you think my team's record would be? There's no way to know that.
Wait, 6-3. Oh no, that's only 9 games. Yeah,
5-5.
6-4.
I don't know.
5-5.
5-5. What's your record? I bet you're 5-5.
Over under.
It's 5-5, isn't it? Nailed it.
He didn't say anything.
I know. I'm waiting for what Wizzy has to say. Find out if this is something that we actually get correct.
I'm gonna go with 7-3.
7-3. Ooh.
Well, listen, the team looks good, but it's a 10-man.
It's a 10-man. 5-5.
Wow.
Nailed it. You have to subscribe now. Wizzy, you have to subscribe. I got
You have to and if you already are, you have to unsubscribe and then subscribe again right now, just for him.
Yo. Yeah, get some activity. I like hit the thumbs up, baby. Oh, so check it out. That's one thing I know, right? But we're gonna do a segment called One Thing We Know before we go into the NFL picks. We always do NFL picks. We look at each game. He'll hit it for that. Boom, nice. Thank you, Wizzy. One thing I know about the Buffalo Bills, guys, is that their offense is broken and the coaching staff is on like the hottest seat of all hot seats.
Yeah.
Right? What's one thing you know about the Bills, Anthony?
That number 14 should get the ball.
Oh, you're with his brother, huh? You see the tweets about his brother, Danny Mac. Did you see these tweets about Trayvon Diggs talking about Stephon Diggs?
No.
So during the game or maybe after the game, Trayvon Diggs tweeted 14 got to get up out of there about his brother Stephon. And then like at some point overnight, he said that he tweeted that Josh Allen wasn't good until Stephon Diggs got
rough.
So Trayvon Diggs is like doing scorched earth on behalf of Stephon Diggs. Oh, not to say that Stephon Diggs asked him to do that, but Trayvon Diggs is piping up because I guess he's rehabbing. He's got nothing better to do.
Oh, snaps.
John,
What's one thing I know is that the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl window has closed.
Oh,
who's this second person to say that?
Yeah. Okay. So that was your one thing?
I said that the last week. I said I think their window is closing.
I got you. All right.
No, you said it was closing. It's closed. It's closed.
Right. It's over for them right now. Because, I think like that coaching staff's probably going to need to be turned over. They're going to have to do a lot of different stuff. Danny, do you know one thing about the Bills?
What?
Is there one thing
they have a new offensive coordinator.
Yes. Good call.
The old one got fired.
Yeah, after the game, they fired the old. They looked at the tape. They're like, nope, this is not good. You're fired.
Well, let me ask you a question about the Bills.
Go ahead.
Do you know what their record was last year?
And finishing record? 13-3.
Yeah. And now it's this.
Yo, I just hit 5 for 5 with this guy. You're gonna ask me that easy shit? Anybody could look that up.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
You didn't look it up. You just
know. I know. I was a blind guess. Dolphins. One thing I know about the Dolphins is that they are still unproven against good teams. They've beaten up on bad teams, but every good team has beaten them so far, right? Including the Bills, who are not even a good team right now. The Bills beat the Dolphins. What's one thing you know about the Dolphins?
That one game against the Denver is just screwing up all numbers and like statistics.
Yes, that's true. That 70-point game makes everything hard. You have to look at like only the last few games for Denver and only the last few games for the Dolphins, which you should probably be doing that anyway. That's good. That's a good.
Like I forgot what it was. Nice. It was like if you take out the Giants and Denver game, like all the numbers are like vastly different.
Yeah, John, what's one thing you know about your Dolphins?
Yeah, I'm gonna say is their defense will prevent them from making a playoff push this year.
So you don't think they make the playoffs?
No. I what I'm saying is that they're not going to go far in the playoffs.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I think that Understood. Their defense. They really need to address that defense next year during the draft or free agency because the defense is really holding back that team.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong, Danny. Is there something you know about the Dolphins? I'm sorry I didn't prepare you for this.
They have to find a way to score more against the better teams.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think
just duds.
Yeah,
let's see. Achan's coming back. Let's see.
But it can't all be on one tiny little guy for their whole offense to not work. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing like that goes wrong, and you can't look at, for example, San Francisco. One guy gets injured. Debo or Ayuk or Kittle or whoever, and the other guy goes off. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, if this guy's injured, that guy's going off this week, play him in DFS. It can't just be one guy goes out and now the offense doesn't work against good teams. They got to figure something out. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. It's like, it's better than the Vikings because the Vikings last year, they were just winning close games and all this other nonsense. These guys are like historically good as far as scoring points and putting up yards and all this other stuff. But for some reason, good teams are just like, no. Nope. The Jets. I know that the Jets have an elite defense, and that offensive line would be a problem for Rodgers' return. That's true. We can't forget that
is the reason why.
They are the reason why he got injured in the first place. Yeah. It's because the offensive line he couldn't get protected, and by the fourth play of the game he was under so much pressure that his fucking Achilles snapped. we can't forget that would be a problem no matter what. But yeah, elite. What do you got? What's one thing you know about the Jets?
The Jets are going to have to ride this Aaron Rodgers train for as long as possible.
What train are we talking about?
Him.
Oh, just letting him be the quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to figure something
Everything's built around him.
Everything for they have to figure something out for the future, and their offensive line is not good enough. It's just simply not good enough.
No,
John,
like the defense, how long is that defense going to be elite and as fast as it is?
this year, next year, they
Right.
could be
So
elite
you have
for a couple years.
few,
Yeah.
the length of Rodgers, realistically, he's got next year contract wise. And then after that, nothing.
Right.
But I think he could play 2 more max after that.
Well, since he lost this year, he'll want to probably play 2 years.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I max it at 3 after this.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. John, what's one thing you know about your Jets?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to say this is that they will lose their star players such as Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson after their rookie contracts expire.
Oh yeah, why do you think that?
Well, number one, Garrett Wilson will pull a Keyshawn Johnson, and Sauce Gardner will get tired of losing and want to go to a contender. Both guys. I just think the Jets, their window to win is this year and next year, and the frustrations that are going on in the sidelines. I think that's going to boil over, and our star players are eventually going to want to go somewhere else, and it's going to be the same old Jets.
Grim.
That's what
very grim outlook, but that is the same old Jets type fan too. Yeah. Luis goes, Dallas plays 47% man. No. Danny, what's one thing you know about the Jets?
Hall and Wilson are very, very, very good.
Yes. They're elite.
Rest of the
Yeah. I think if I like John, I guess that's the worst possible outlook. I think that the Jets could turn around. They could spend the entire offseason, draft picks and free agency, just improving the offensive line, maybe adding another piece to the offense, and turn around next year, Rodgers healthy, and just be Super Bowl contenders immediately.
Right.
And then Hall and Wilson and Sauce, they don't necessarily want to leave as long as the Jets have a plan for after Rodgers is gone. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Wizzy just got back with I want Bijan. You guys think Adams and Madison is enough?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Definitely. Go get them.
Send it out right now. Let us know. Come back, let us know.
Yeah, because the person who has Bijan is probably pretty frustrated with him, and they think, yeah, I could sell high on Bijan right now. He just had a good game. I can sell high on him finally. But as long as the person who has Bijan doesn't have like shitty other running backs, if they have other running backs, then yeah, you're good to go.
You should be able to get that.
Yeah, go for it. I say definitely. What's one thing? Oh, okay. One thing I know about the Ravens is that they're legit as fuck, but still a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah,
that's what I know about the Ravens. They're just like beastly. They could win the Super Bowl. The Ravens could win the Super Bowl. Yeah,
they could.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome to the NFL season. The Ravens could win the Super Bowl. That's my prediction. They could do it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just as far as
what's your one thing about the Ravens?
It's weird how they just win games with some of the stats that end up coming out of this game. Like they're blowing people out, but just the defense, right? You have these receivers.
They win the game with 35 points, but Lamar only has 160 yards passing.
Right, and it's like they have the highest score in the week, and like you look for fantasy relevance of people on their team, and it's like nobody.
Yeah, it's all spread out all over the place. Interesting. Johnny, what's one thing you know about the Ravens?
Yeah, I'm going to say this is they are arguably the best defense in the league right now, and that defense is going to take them far in the playoffs. I'm going to say this: Baltimore minimum will be in the AFC Championship.
That's a nice call. I like it. Yeah, like I said, they could definitely win the Super Bowl. Danny, what's one thing you know about the Ravens?
good. I'm a little shocked about last week. Defense
Yes.
made an egg
Yep. Nobody's
against a
perfect.
pretty shitty at home. But it's one game, and they're really good. Really good.
Yeah. One thing I know about the Steelers is that they're illegitimate as fuck, but they have a great coach and a good defense, but they have a bad offensive coordinator, and I don't think Kenny Pickett is for real.
Tell me how you really feel.
I mean, it's obviously it's more than one thing, but I said it in one sentence, so that's my one thing.
Well, you're right on that. Great coach.
Great coach.
Never had a losing record.
He's incredible. Mike Tomlin should be there.
I have a stat for them.
Go ahead.
The Steelers, the best record in NFL history, with 6-3, by a team outgained in 9 straight games.
Yeah, they've been outgained in every game this year. They've been outgained in yardage, but they still are 6-3, and they're the only team to ever do that. Luis has a question. I can't read what it says. Somebody else.
He said, "Stop. How many playoff games has Jackson won for Ravens? Super Bowl." So he's basically saying that
So if you've never won a playoff game, you can't win a playoff game. Is what his point is. If you've never won a playoff game before, then you can't win a playoff game,
right?
Ever. So you have to either win or never win.
It's because Johnny said they were going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, so whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Well, I think I said Super Bowl, and I think they could do it. Sure, they absolutely could. They could come out of the AFC for sure. Absolutely, they're coached extremely well. Harbaugh is on at or near that Tomlin level of coaching. Yeah, no, they're definitely
Lamar's legit.
Lamar is legit, and that offense is starting to click now. The defense, as John mentioned, is elite.
Luis, maybe he starts watching some Ravens games.
He needs to start watching the game of American football is what he needs to do. Anthony, what's one thing you know about the Steelers?
I just said a stat.
Oh, that's your stat.
Yeah,
that was your thing.
That was my thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is that okay? Does that not work?
That was good. It was good. You snuck it in on me.
Thank you.
Johnny, what's one thing you know about the Steelers?
I'm going to say that they need a quarterback, and this is going to be a bold one. They should possibly look into trading for Justin Fields.
I guess
or Kyler Murray.
Or Kyler Murray. Yep, both.
If both teams are presumably taking the top picks and moving,
that would be fun. Maybe later in the season we'll do a quarterback swap, and we'll figure out who could be available and where they fit best.
Or everybody, or also with that,
the Giants too need a quarterback, but they'll be picking in the draft. I think you'll get a top pick.
We should get the first or second, realistically,
or third.
Yeah, I just don't see them. The only people they could possibly beat the rest of their season is Washington because they play them twice.
Nah, Washington's gonna whoop your.
That's
ass.
what I mean. So, I just think that they don't win anymore, and they finish with 2 wins. So,
Luis is throwing out bets
can do
crazy over here.
Luis wants to make a bet that the Ravens are not going to win the Super Bowl. What kind of a bet is that? You have to give me odds.
Yeah.
You got to if you're going to take the field against me taking the Ravens, what kind of a bet is that? You got to give me 100 to 1 or something at least.
Side note from that shit, with what you said before, maybe we should also each come up with one hot take, one move you think that's a big move
for each team.
No, not even for each team, just in general. You just think that that has a lot of impact, right? Whether it is the Kyler Murray, where do you think Kyler Murray goes, or
future episode?
These right.
Johnny, what's one thing you know about the Steelers?
I'm gonna say is they're an elite defense, and the offense is at best average.
Okay, that's it's very similar to what I said. Danny, what do you know about the Steelers?
That's by Tomlin every single year. It's terrible in their secondary.
Well said. Very well said. One thing I know about the Bengals is that they're legit, but I think they have a thin roster that leads to their inconsistency. They're a team where one guy goes down and it kind of fucks up the whole thing. Wherever the guy goes down, whoever it is.
That seems. Well, we got a question here from Chandler.
Chandler Constantino. Hey, Chandler Constantino.
Hey, Chandler, hit
Go ahead.
that
What is it?
subscribe button. Start Fields or Burrow, 6-point passing TD, Debo or Connor at flex. So Burrow. Oh, against
Burrow.
Oh,
Baltimore.
Burrow gets a terrible matchup.
Yeah, but he's still Joe Burrow. He's still
And
got
Fields
still
coming
got
back.
Jamar Chase.
I don't know.
Fields coming back with the thumb. Yeah, like
He's only got the rushing upside. I don't think he's going to be throwing great.
he might be throwing okay, or else they probably wouldn't bring him back. Just like your boy Stafford. Stafford's fine, but Fields is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like
Stafford's better than Fields.
he's better, but they both had similar injuries.
Stafford's tougher.
Okay.
So I would start Burrow. Tough matchup, agreed. No, not saying you're
6-point
wrong
passing
there.
touchdown. I'm going to take Burrow.
Right, and then Debo or Connor. Who's Arizona play this week? They play somebody
better than them.
Well, that's fair.
They play Houston.
Okay.
Houston, you could run on Houston though.
I might.
He was great coming in there. It's PPR. He'll catch the ball. Like Debo
He doesn't catch the ball.
Debo
I'll
is
take Debo.
You'll take
Burrow
Debo?
and Debo.
Who the Niners play.
That's what I'm gonna. That's gonna be my answer. Danny, where do you stand on that one?
Burrow, Connor.
Burrow, Connor. Okay, you're gonna go with the stability at running back.
I think so. Yeah.
He was just he was playing lights out like when he was on the field, but I think actually I'm only leaning Debo because like Kyler's like rushes all the time. I feel like maybe it takes a little bit away from what Connor would be doing.
Did you give us one thing you know about the Bengals?
Did I? No, I stopped in.
Go ahead.
And read the. One thing we know about the Bengals,
Chandler, make sure you subscribe, bro.
Yeah, is that Joe Burrow had that the calf was actually an issue, and it was visible there.
Like you could see your thing.
You could see
Joe Burrow was injured.
Not that he was injured, but he was playing injured, and it affected him. Like still, it took.
So maybe your thing is that now he's healthy. We could see that he's healthy.
Yeah, but like he was playing, and you could see that it wasn't right. You know.
Yeah. I mean that's true. I think that the good news is that
he's back to full.
He's
health.
healthy now. Yeah, you can tell he's healthy. He's running around. He's moving around. John, what's one thing you know about the Bengals?
Their defense is underrated this year. Very, very underrated. Actually, I would say that is the strength of their team. And while Joe Burrow's been hurt, things of that sort, I think Cincinnati's defense has been holding it down.
Yeah, well, everybody, look, the Ravens lost, the Bengals, a lot of upsets this week. Danny, what's one thing you know about the Bengals?
I contend down their stretch in the AFC. They're on the short list for me.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I know about the Browns is that they have an elite defense, but a major quarterback problem. Major. Anthony, what do you know about the Browns?
The Browns always have a running back and always have options at running backs and tend to be able to push through and win that way. And I think that's what they're going to do.
Oh, interesting. Johnny, what do you know about the Browns?
The season's over for the Browns. Without Watson, their playoff hopes are over. Sorry.
You're wrong, Anthony.
Your expensive ass quarterback is done for the season. Kiss your season goodbye.
Interesting. Okay. Danny, what do you know about the Browns?
It's unbelievable what they've done. Deshaun Watson effectively has been done since week 3. I know he just got season, but he's been done since week 3. He's played in like 2 or 3 games, and he was as bad as the guys who replaced him. And what's their record? 7-3?
Something like that, yeah.
6-3.
6-3.
The running games, the coach is really good. And the defense is stupid.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Myles Garrett, ridiculous. Expecting to run out of gas.
Yeah, you can't do you can't last without a quarterback forever.
No.
You know, it's going to be tough. And this kid, DTR, we'll have to find out. One thing I know about the Colts is that they have good young talent and a good young coaching staff, but this is not their year. You know, it's going to take them a little while to come into their own. But I think they have some good young pieces on that team. Anthony, what's one thing you know about the Colts?
That they have a new quarterback here that is still has a lot to prove here. He showed us a little bit, but you're not there. You're the injury, and I think that this is a possibility of a short career if it continues the route he's going. You know.
Yeah, he was unable to stay healthy. He was a habitual injury getter.
It might be a waste of a pick almost.
No, settle down with all that. They'll just change the offense and not make him run as much. Johnny, what's one thing you know about the Colts?
They have a very, very, very bright future with that coaching staff, as you mentioned. And I'm going to say is that if they can hit on Anthony Richardson, they'll be a team to reckon for years to come.
Yeah, I think that he's good enough. I think they'll just like change things up. Steichen seems smart enough to protect him and teach him to protect himself and so on and so forth. Danny, what do you know about the Colts?
And I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to look like next year with Richardson.
Yeah, it's all about the
I
future.
mean, a
for
lot
them.
of talent. They're going to be fun. Yeah, they're going to be fun.
Yeah. One thing I know about the Titans is that Will Levis could be the guy, but that roster just kind of stinks in general. You know, Vrabel's a good coach, and he makes a lot of chicken salad out of chicken shit. And so, people don't realize, I think, how bad the Titans roster is right now. What's one thing you know, Anthony?
Well, one thing I do know is that Will Levis looks almost too calm in the pocket.
Too calm.
Almost too calm.
Yeah.
Like scary for his life. Like you're so calm that like he's physically tough and looks like he's gonna not worried about taking a hit, but he's like almost too calm.
Yeah, people say that he's sort of oblivious to the rush a little bit.
Almost.
So there you go.
But he does. He can move and do what he needs to do. But yeah, I can't. He's as what you said is Anthony Richardson. Want to see him? I want to see.
Yeah,
Will Levis guy falls to the second round.
He could be the guy, but the roster around him is not very good. John, what's one thing you know about the Titans?
The reign of King Henry is over after this season, and the Titans will move on from Derrick Henry after this season.
Interesting. Danny, what's one thing you know?
I think it's going to be a kind of the start of a new era. I think that the days of Henry being like the guy are pretty much over.
I agree.
And it's going to be the slash whoever,
Tajay Spears.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing I know about the Jaguars is that ATN is awesome. Lawrence might not be awesome. And Ridley is not awesome. Definitely not awesome. Anthony?
You're hitting too many things. I agree. I want to say that I think it's more of a statement / question in a sense. This is how I feel, but maybe I'm wrong. Is when you look at Trevor Lawrence and you compare to all the hype he's been built up to, right? Like,
yep,
best guy coming out and ever for decades to come. But are you comparing him to? We're comparing him. It almost seems like to the hype as opposed to just a quarterback.
I'm comparing him to the numbers of the other quarterbacks. He's not putting up good statistics. He's not passing the ball well. It's not about. I don't even think about the hype anymore. I just think like, when's this guy going to be good? Not even when's he going to be great.
It's flashes of it though, because he's not horrible.
I don't know, man. He hasn't been that great. Johnny, what one thing you know about your Jaguars?
They're from Jackson.
The defense is underrated because Trevor Lawrence this year has not been that great, and the Jaguars defense has actually been holding it down. They're pretty underrated, but I still think they're better than a team that we'll mention a little bit later, which is the Chargers.
One thing you know about the Jaguars, Danny?
Yeah, that Trevor Lawrence might or might not be the guy. I'm gonna write him off yet, but I mean, he hasn't looked great this year. I mean, they've looked all right, but he has not.
He certainly has surprised me by not taking the step. Trevor,
Oh no.
what's the question?
Should I trade Stroud and Pacheco for Jacobs? I have Mahomes also. That's the thing. I would try and get somebody else. Even though
Jacobs?
I think I don't know. Actually, no. I do like Jacobs, but Stroud's having a better year than Mahomes. Who would you rather have over the rest of the season, Mahomes or Stroud?
Mahomes.
This is Mahomes' worst
Mahomes.
year so far.
My question. I have a question to you.
Okay.
Between CJ Stroud and Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Which one of them is Patrick Mahomes? Is it Patrick Mahomes? Because that's the one I want.
Well, Jacobs, I think they're gonna rush a lot more.
Hell yeah. And Antonio Pierce wants to get him 100 yards rushing in every game.
I have Kelsey also, so I'm gonna stick with
Kelsey's,
you.
hell
so
yeah.
I guess so.
If you can get that trade done, get rid of Pacheco.
Yeah, because you have so much of the Chiefs offense.
Yeah, you
already.
don't want so many Chiefs because then it's just like that's
do that trade. Do that trade. Jacobs is gonna get
Stroud and Pacheco for
he's gonna get
Jacobs.
like 20 touches a game at least.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna commit to him, especially because their quarterback stinks.
Yeah.
The Raiders, they can't throw the ball. So, it's going to be Devontae Adams screaming and yelling, and it's going to be handoffs to Josh Jacobs.
I'd do it.
Yeah, go for
Trevor, hit that subscribe button, Trevor.
Trevor, subscribe. Please. The Texans. One thing I know about the Texans is that CJ Stroud, Tank Dell, and Nico Collins, and so far, D'Amico Ryans are for really real. That's what I think. The Texans are young and they're good. Jelly of the Month has a question.
PPR.
Go ahead.
Pittman on a bye, and that owner needs a win.
Okay, so I wouldn't play Pittman because he's on a bye.
Think is a good trade target rest of year. PPR would be my wide receiver 4 and can flex. Pittman, I mean, he's been a target machine honestly this year. With targets his opportunity.
What was the question?
The owner needs a win this week. Pittman's on a bye. Should he target Pittman? It would be his wide receiver 4. What would you be giving up, though?
Yeah, if you're giving up something cheap, because it sounds like you're trading a wide receiver for a wide receiver here. If Pittman's on a bye, that means that he needs to fill in on a wide receiver, most likely, unless it's a flex.
So who's your wide receiver 4?
Who are you giving away?
Would be your wide receiver 4.
Right. It's a question of who am I giving away for Pittman? Jelly of the
Hit
month.
me with the jelly.
Jelly of the month. Let us know who you're giving up, and we'll let you know if Pittman is a good trade target. That's a good strategy, though. I'll give you credit for that. Is that that they're in a position of need, and you can make a move. You might be able to get Pittman for somebody who's lesser.
We're a bunch of lions here.
Jacoby Myers, yes. I want Pittman over Jacoby Myers rest of the season.
Yes.
Danny, where are you on that? Pittman versus Myers rest of the season.
Pittman.
Johnny, you love Michael Pittman. I don't even have to ask you.
Yeah. The Colts have hit their over every week but 1 week this past week.
Yeah, they scored a lot of points happened in those games. So my Texans point, Anthony, what's one thing you know about the Texans?
That they won the draft in the quarterback situation with the second overall choice.
Yes, Jelly of the Month. Don't forget to subscribe. We do this every week.
Yeah. Johnny, what's something you know about the Texans?
2 things actually.
I fucking love
CJ
it,
Stroud is a not even rookie of the year. He's in the MVP conversation.
Oh,
without a doubt,
for sure.
And number
right
2,
now, as of right now, he should be.
D'Amico Ryans should be coach of the year.
He's in that conversation as well. I think you're 100% right. His name needs to be mentioned. Speak his name. Danny, what's one thing you know about the Texans?
That division should be fun for the others. Them and the Colts look better, and Jacksonville, if they get it together. It's going to be fun.
I agree. I agree with you. The Chiefs. One thing I know about the Chiefs is they have the best defense of Mahomes' career, but quite possibly the worst offense of his career. They'll still make the playoffs.
Oh,
though.
yeah, that was kind of where I was.
Go
In a
ahead.
sense,
That was yours.
No,
as well?
they hold the top seed despite having their worst offense of a Patrick Mahomes era of 23 points per game this season.
This guy with the stats, I love it. Johnny, what's one thing you know about the Chiefs?
One thing I know is that they will be in the AFC Championship again.
So you have the AFC Championship as the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Yes, sir.
Okay, interesting. Danny, what's one thing you know about the Chiefs?
Andy Reid is cementing himself. It's like more and more.
Agreed.
For sure.
One thing I know about the Chargers is that the defense is so bad that it will ruin a good offensive season. Staley must go.
He this poor boy, Justin Herbert.
Go ahead.
Like any other team with like a middle of the pack defense totally changes the game. Here's a stat for the Chargers.
Go ahead.
They are 0-2 when scoring 34 plus points this year.
Wow.
The rest of the NFL is 34-2.
Wow. John, what's one thing you know about your Chargers?
I hate them. I hate the Chargers. I absolutely hate them. I'll explain to you why. Brandon
You hate the
Staley,
Chargers? Yeah, please tell me why.
the worst head coach in the NFL. The worst. He's got this talented offense. And number two, we don't talk about this enough, but the Chargers defense is actually talented. They got a guy named Khalil Mack. Like, they have a pass rush. Their secondary is not like terrible. Like, it's not the best, but it's not like no slouch.
Well, they're given like their pass defense. They're horrible against the pass. Absolutely horrible against the pass.
Well, guess what? It's because of Brandon Staley. I guarantee you, Brandon Staley's not there. Everything changes. Everything.
Well, it hopefully they make a change because it's almost every
Anthony,
year.
you are depressed because of how bad Brandon
He's
Staley.
still no. Well, yeah, I am because it hurts my poor boy Justin Herbert, but he's still an absolute.
Anthony, you look like you're about to cry over Brandon Staley. That's how sad you look.
Did we go to Danny?
No, Danny, what do you think, Danny?
What's your Chargers thought, Danny?
I mean, yes, they're good enough to maybe make some losers in the first round.
The defense, Staley's a defensive coach, and the defense is killing that team. One thing I know about the Broncos, don't look now, but Peyton is getting it together. Oh, yeah. Anthony?
One thing I know about the Broncos is that Russell Wilson looks a little like old Russell Wilson.
Interesting. Johnny, what do you know about the Broncos?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you about Sean Payton turning around that team, but they need to figure it out at quarterback because Russell Wilson can only take you so far.
Danny, what do you know about the Broncos?
A little too late for this year, but they definitely look a lot better than the beginning of the year.
I agree. Let's do the NFC next week because this took a long time.
Oh, okay, I had a stat for one team.
One team?
Yeah.
For the NFC?
Yeah.
You want to hit us with one NFC stat, and then everybody come back next week for the NFC one thing we know, and we'll get right into the picks. But go ahead. What's our
Because
stat?
it doesn't even matter because the team is so horrible. So it's like, who cares about this? It's the Giants.
Go ahead.
So, 3 straight games without a touchdown. Longest since 1976, which was 4. So this week or this year they could break another. And then they've been in their 4 primetime games they've played. so far. Four primetime games, outscored by 84 points, worst since 1970.
I have a
So you're
question. Is that the Buccaneers? The 72 Buccaneers?
And possibly. All I know is the Giants are worse.
Yeah, the Giants stink. They're bad. You know who else stunk and was bad? Was John in this week's DK contest. John, you only scored 82.16 points this week. It's a rough showing, buddy. Rough.
Not what you want.
Not what you want.
You have like snowflakes across the board. You really didn't have any. You played David Montgomery, who scored 20 points. That was you. You were the only person who had David Montgomery, but you played Kyler Murray and no Cardinals receiver. You played Calvin Ridley, who you're in love with, apparently, and Jonny Smith at tight end. It was rough. You had 3 Falcons in your lineup, in your DFS lineup. Not what you want. Not what you want. Anthony, third place.
Yeah.
128.52. 128, usually a good score. Not this week.
I played my wrong stack. My other
You
lineup.
had Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown, which was correct. But your Seattle receiver, your Charger. Who did you play on the Chargers? Nobody.
I didn't. That was the wrong thing.
Oh my goodness.
My other lineup played
double stacked Laporta. Oh, so you made some money this week. That's good. But yeah, you messed up the Detroit stack. Jalen Warren had a nice day, but not going to get it done. Third place. I came in second place, 158.16. I didn't play the Lions Chargers game, and that was my undoing. I had Devin Singletary. He had a really nice day. I had Trey McBride. I did do the Kyler Murray Trey McBride stack. McBride was the right play, but Kyler Murray wasn't the right play. Evans was a nice play. But the correct play was made by Danny at 191.12. He played Jared Goff with Amon-Ra St. Brown and brought it back with Keenan Allen. All 3 of those players went nuts. Keenan Allen went completely crazy, 43.5 points. Noah Brown was a really great low price play that ended up paying off. Najee Harris actually played well for his price. There's not even anything to say. It's like what I should.
And I would say my
other
lineup wouldn't have beat him, but it was a better showing. It was a 173. I did the Keenan Allen, Amon-Ra, and
Herbert, not Goff.
Right.
Okay.
But then I missed everywhere else.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, this was a nice lineup. Danny, did you play this lineup anywhere else?
Yeah. I won a little bit. I did okay with it. I usually, every lineup that I pick for this game, I play somewhere else. However many lineups, I do 4 or 5 or 6, and then I pick the one I think is best, and I play it. And yeah, this week I played the right one. No Brown, sold, obviously the big guys, and
I play my cash lineup in this game every week, and this week I cashed as well. 158 was definitely above the cash line, so it was nice. That's where I play most of my money each week. Let's take a look at the NFL lines. Let's get into some games, damn it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
This Thursday night. Why did it give me tennis? I don't want tennis. This Thursday night, we have a really good Thursday night game, guys. We have the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are at home. They're 3.5-point home favorites with a 46-point over-under. Danny, what's your feel on this game?
I think the Ravens win outright, but I'll take the 3.5 with the Bengals. I'll take the over.
Okay. T. Higgins out in this game. Anthony, where do you stand?
Man, this is a sweet game. This is a nice.
It's going to be. I'm excited to watch.
I'm going to agree.
Yeah.
With Danny on I think the Ravens win, but I want to take the points with the Bengals here, but the under.
Johnny?
I'm going to take the points with Cincy, and I'm going to go with the over.
Interesting. In that case, I'll go against you guys. I'll lay the points with the Ravens, and I will take the over. Sure. Overs are more fun. Sunday, 1:00, Carolina Panthers at home hosting the Dallas Cowboys, 10.5-point home underdogs, 42.5-point over under. Anthony, your Cowboys?
Side note, real quick: Panthers and Giants, both horrible people, but the Giants had an extra 7 points spread.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. The Cowboys last game, they were 17-point favorites, and now they're only 10-point favorites. I guess it's because it's not in Dallas.
No, it's because the Giants are that bad. I'm going to take the Cowboys laying the 10.5 and the over.
Jonny?
Yeah, I'll take the Cowboys, and I'm going to go with the over.
What about you, Danny?
Same. Cowboys over.
Oh, yeah, he's CeeDee Lamb all the way.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right.
So I'll take the Cowboys also, and yeah, you can give me the over. Their offense is clicking right now. Raiders, Dolphins. Dolphins coming off a bye. They're 13.5-point home favorites with a 46.5-point over under, facing off against the Raiders and coach Antonio Pierce. Jonny, your Dolphins?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Raiders with the points because it just sounds juicy. And I'm going to go with the over.
Danny?
I'm going to go with Dolphins and over.
Me too. Dolphins and over. Anthony?
Same. We got a question here.
Go ahead. What's our question?
From
Ricky.
Rick AA.
Ricky.
AA.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Go ahead.
You click that button there. We got Noah Brown versus Arizona, Jacoby Myers versus Miami, Hollywood versus Houston, Lockett versus the Rams. Start 2.
Hollywood versus Houston is a start. That's a start for me right there. And then Noah Brown, is Nico Collins definitely playing this week? Do we know?
He's trending in the right direction.
Yeah,
I
so
go
it's
with
only
Lockett.
Wednesday. Yeah, if Nico Collins plays, you go with Lockett. If Nico Collins sits, you go with Noah Brown.
I agree.
I agree with
But
that.
either way, you play Hollywood. What do you think about that, guys?
I mean,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Week, but I expect Hollywood to do a bounce back this week.
Yeah, I mean, that was his first game with Kyler in a while. I think they'll get back on the same page. Kyler played okay, but he didn't really throw the ball great.
Yeah, he said I'm a little intimidated by his Stingley, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a tough matchup, definitely a tough cornerback matchup. But do we know if Stingley shadows? I mean, so it's very rare for players to shadow in the NFL right now. Didn't Stingley just come off the IR, if I'm not mistaken, right, Danny?
Yeah, I think
So
he's
just
too back.
Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about that. Hollywood moves around the formation quite a bit. I would still start Hollywood there, and yeah, you can give me Lockett if Nico is in, and if Nico is out, fire up Noah Brown, bro. Go live fast. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And don't forget to subscribe because that's the best thing. We do this every week.
Yeah, we do.
Thanks for asking, Ricky. Thanks for the question. The next game is the Browns at home versus the Steelers. The Browns are 1-point home favorites. They have the new quarterback, DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. We got a question from Smitty. We'll get to that question in just a minute, Smitty. Right now, the Browns 1-point home favorite to the Steelers. Anthony, who you got? 33 point over under.
I wish there was some juice on the money line here.
Nope.
So give me the Steelers getting the point and the under in this disgustingness.
John?
You know, I'm going to go with the Browns in this game, and I'm going to go with the over in this game. Why not?
Danny?
Steelers and over because it's so low.
I'm taking the Steelers in the over also. I totally agree with you. The Smitty.
In a 2 QB league, my 2 QBs are Mahomes and Heineke. Would you trade Jacobs and a defense player for Mayfield and Pollard? Who's your running back? Do you need Pollard? Because I don't necessarily want Pollard.
So is this an IDP, first of all, it looks like, right? Because it said defensive player.
Yeah.
Would you trade Jacobs and a defensive player for Mayfield and Pollard? So this sounds like 2 QB league. Is Heineke?
I wouldn't do that.
Well, here's the thing.
Presumably, there's nobody on like waivers for him to pick up. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a 2 QB league, so very often, yeah, it's hard to get quarterbacks off the waiver wire in those types of situations. But I think the problem is that isn't it possible that Ritter might play? Because didn't Heineke get banged up in that game and Ritter came in and played for him?
Well, all I know is I think Jacobs and I guess you value a quarterback that much, but like defensive seems like player, a lot for.
It's a 2 QB league, so yeah, you do value them quite a bit.
Yeah, but the Jacobs is a lot.
Jacobs is quite a bit. Pollard has been nothing short of a disappointment so far this season. He's a total bummer to own. I don't know what the value of this defensive player really is, considering that he's like a defensive player.
Right.
It must not be too high of a value.
I don't know who else your running back is either.
I would be trying to make a different
trade.
Move. Yeah, I would be trying to make a different move here. Like, Mayfield, you got to be able to find a Mayfield level replacement player instead of Mayfield, so you don't have to deal with Pollard versus Jacobs there. No, I would say hang on to Jacobs.
They're going to run him in the good round.
Try and get a different quarterback. Try to make a different deal, or check the wire. Of course, you've already checked the wire. I'm sure. We have one more question or one more. Oh.
My RBs are Ty Chandler and Keaton Mitchell, 14 people. That's tough.
Well, what's tough? It's not even a question. It's just a statement.
I know. I'm just saying that's tough to have your RBs.
Well, yeah. I mean, Keaton Mitchell. It's not what you want. That's not what you want. 14 person league though, so that's like tough. It's thin. Yeah, it's
but those are guys you would have just picked up now, not drafted.
Right, which means that his other running backs must have been
horrendous. Injured.
Mess. Yeah, it must just be really, really bad. Okay.
Bears, Lions.
The Bears, Lions. Lions are at home. They're 8-point home favorites over the Bears. Justin Fields making his return. John says we're not talking enough about the Lions. We're about to talk about them right now. 8-point home favorites with a 48-point over/under. John, where are you on this game?
Oh, give me the points with the Lions. It's going to be an absolute massacre in Chicago. And I'm going to go with the over.
Okay. Danny?
Detroit and under.
Wow.
Well, it's 48 points, and the Bears probably aren't going to score it.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I think that they'll score a little. The Detroit's going to score over 30, and the Bears could muster up some. I'll take the Lions in the over.
Damn, I hope. My matchup will be Bobby J.
Yeah, Bobby J is hoping for the over because he's got the Fields and Moore stack.
The Smitty said sorry.
I'll take the Lions, and you can give me the under also. Sorry, Smitty.
No, he said his other running backs are Kamara, which is nice. Pierce, Hunt.
Oof. Well, Pierce is basically a non-factor.
Right. Hunt's like, okay.
You're really happy to get what you get from him.
So I kind of don't want to trade Jacobs, but it is a 2 QB league, so it's like
QBs are valued higher. But again, if you're going to trade Jacobs, get a better deal than Mayfield Pollard is all I'm saying. If you're going to trade Jacobs, don't not trade him. Trade him for a better deal than that.
Yeah, maybe if anything, I guess you want a replacement. Yeah, I would try and. Yeah.
You got to get a better deal.
Yeah.
Got to get a better deal.
Pollard's not what you want right now at all.
Pollard can get out of my face. Pollard can get right out of my face. I'm done with his shit.
Oh, God. I'm done with this next game.
Giants, Commanders. The Commanders are at home. They're 9-point home favorites, 37-point over/under. Gross. Danny, your Giants.
What's the spread again?
9
8?
points, Commanders. 9. Number 9.
Danny DeVito.
I'll take the Giants and the under.
Wow, so they'll keep it close with a low scoring game. Interesting. Hey guys, this is Smitty, Ricky, AA. Don't forget to subscribe. Anthony, your Giants.
Yeah, like divisional game, and the Giants always have Washington's number, but and then that's why it's intriguing me to take the points, but I just think it's not. I think it's just going to be Washington mopping the floor. So give me Washington laying a 9 in the over.
Johnny.
Yeah, all these Giants fans are making me sad over here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with moneyline Giants because Anthony's being a little.
Wow.
Oh,
you think the Giants win this game?
John, I gamble, but
no, the Giants are not going to win this game. I'll lay the 9 with the Commanders, and I'll take the over because I like fun. Arizona Cardinals visit the Houston Texans. Talk about fun. Texans are at home, 5-point home favorites with a 48.5 point over under. Danny, where are you on the Cardinals Texans? Cardinals have Kyler back. He looks good, looks spry. CJ Stroud balling.
Cardinals, the points and the over.
Okay. But do you think Houston wins outright?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Johnny, where are you?
Take the points with Houston. This is not going to even be close. I think Houston's going to put it on them. And I'll go with the under.
Interesting. Anthony?
Take Houston with the points and the over.
So you took Houston with the points and the under, John? I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. Sorry. And you said what?
Houston with the points and the over.
Houston and the over. Interesting. Yeah, I might have to say Cardinals in this one.
Money line?
No.
Oh.
No, just to with the points. And give me the over. Yeah, you can give me the over because both defenses can be scored upon, I think, in this matchup. And Kyler still coming back, he can get a little better. We talked about how his chemistry with Hollywood might improve. So yeah, T McBee, little Trey McBride, love it. Chargers, Packers. Packers are at home, 3-point dogs. Chargers, no defense at all, going to be making the trip. 44-point over under. Anthony, your Chargers.
Chargers laying them points in the over.
Yeah?
Get this out of here.
Yeah, the Packers kind of stink.
Yeah.
Danny?
They lose this.
Chargers over.
Chargers over. Johnny?
Yeah.
I'll go with Chargers over as well, even though I hate Brandon Staley.
I'm going to take the Packers and the points. And I will take the over.
Yeah, just go under in reverse.
I'll take the over. No, I'm going to take the over, but I'm going to take the Packers and the points because this is a game the Chargers find a way to score a bunch of points and lose in. You know what I mean? And I don't know, why not, right? Tennessee Titans visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sorry, I stumbled.
You had a little water boy.
Because it says 10, and I wanted to just say 10, but I was like, wait, I got a connection there. What does 10 mean? It means Titans. 10 means Titans, and Jax means Jaguars. And the Jaguars are at home. They're 7-point home favorites. 40-point over under. Johnny, your Jaguars.
Give me the points with the Jaguars. They're going to get their shit together and kick the shit out of Tennessee. And I'm going to go with the over.
Anthony?
Money line, Tennessee.
Whoa. Interesting. Money line. That's a heavy money line. Wowee.
Yeah.
I like it.
And the over.
Okay, Danny?
Jags under.
I love how these guys were so resoundingly against you. They're like, Jags are going to cover 7-point spread. And he's like, money line. Oh, that's great. I'll take the Titans +7. I'll take the Titans +7, but not to win the game. And you can give me the over because it's 40. 4:05, the 4 o'clock slate, the afternoon slate. San Francisco 49ers are at home. This is something. San Francisco 49ers are at home. They're 12-point favorites over Tampa Bay with a 41.5-point over-under. Tampa Bay, man, who are they? Who even are they? John,
I don't think they know.
Your Buccaneers?
Yeah, they're trash. So I'm going to go with the 49ers.
They won last week like in a landslide. They dominated. And it was like 20-3 or something.
Not the 49ers. Sorry, the Buccaneers are trash. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the Buccaneers are trash. They just trashed the like absolute massacre in Jacksonville. And I'm going to go with the 49ers with the points and give me the over. It's not even going to be close. 49ers are on vacation right now in Florida.
Oh, they stayed down there?
Yes.
That's smart. I like it. Time zones. Danny?
What was the spread again?
12, bro. 12.
Oh. No, I'm going to go with I want over.
Yeah, hell yeah. Give me that.
Over.
Exactly. Tampa over.
And
12 points, John. Come on.
My phone's about to die, so I'll probably cut out.
You have no idea how bad that game was.
Okay, hold on, John. Danny, you're about to die?
I'll bring you back to life.
Oh, he literally was like right about to die because he died.
Because he died.
Once he plugs in, he'll text me and he'll be like, my phone died, and then I'll text him and I'll get his parlay. So we'll add his parlay in at the end of the show, hopefully. But it's okay. We forge on. Yeah, I'll take the Buccaneers with the over in this game. Tampa Bay can score points, and San Francisco's defense still not like totally, legit.
You know that guy Mike Evans?
I do, bro. I'm a big Mike Evans fan. Love me some Mike Evans.
And the 49ers secondary sucks.
Thank heavens for Mike Evans.
Oh, I like that.
What did you say, John?
I said the 49ers secondary sucks.
Well, it doesn't suck, but they've just been getting burnt a lot that you can throw on them. So I'm fine with the Buccaneers in this game. 12 points, give it to me.
Yeah.
Jets, Bills. The Bills have not looked right for a while now. We talked about how Josh Allen's not looking good. We talked about how the coaching hot seat is getting particularly warm. Bills are at home, 7-point favorites to the visiting Jets and Zach Wilson with a 39.5-point over under. John, your Jets.
Moneyline Jets. They will be 2-0 against Buffalo this year.
Wow. I love it. I do love it. That's another heavy money line. He matched your heavy money line. Are you going to see money line on this one as well?
No, mine's greater though. I'm going to take the Jets with the points. I think that as bad as Zach Wilson has been playing, he does show, signs of light. He has made some. He has a very good arm. He has a very good arm. And that defense is just out of this world. Look what they did to my boy Justin Herbert.
Look what they did to they massacred my boy.
Yeah, so I think that even if the Bills coming off of a loss to Denver in the fashion that they did because of a fucking personnel issue, that the Jets still keep it close. Maybe 6.
I will take the Jets with the points. I think they keep it close with that defense, which is elite, top 2 or 3 in the league. And you can give me the under because if the Jets win it, it's going to have to stay under. Seahawks, Rams, divisional matchup. The Rams are at home. Stafford expected to play. We'll find out how strong his hand is. Anthony trusts his hand, but not Justin Fields' hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not based on anything else except his own medical information that he's gotten. Anthony has all the facts.
Stafford's a fucking beast.
Rams 1-point home dog to the Seahawks, who looked pretty good last week. 46-point over under. Anthony,
remember that time he won a game with a dislocated shoulder? I'm gonna take. This is tough, right? Because it's like the Rams not having a great season, but still spicy with Stafford when you have Stafford. Nothing for me on the money line here. So give me the Rams getting a point.
Oh,
and the over.
Hey, Dylan's new here. He just subscribed and dropped a like. Thanks, Dylan. We really appreciate it. They got a trade question on whether it's worth to do in the redraft to bolster starting lineup to get rid of some depth. Wait, what?
Kind of trade question.
I'm bad at reading and clicking at the same time, Dylan. I'm sorry.
To do in my redraft.
So got a
Most
trade
of my
question.
starting lineup,
Whether
get
it's
rid of
worth
some
to do in my redraft.
Oh, here it comes.
There you go.
Okay,
Got an
here it
offer
is.
to trade
Read it.
Andrews, Mixon, James Cook. So it's Mark Andrews, Joe Mixon, James Cook for Travis Kelce and Bijan or Jacobs. I'm guessing that's what that is, or is that Bijan? My 12-man team PPR: Stroud, Pollard, Joe Mixon, Cook, Herbert, guessing Khalil, Hunt, Spears. Those are all his running backs. Correct. Or
Yeah, so it's either Bijan or Jacobs in that deal.
So who do you like rest of the season out of those two?
I have to unclick it so I can read it also, Dylan. Bear with me. James Cook and Mixon. So it's
Chaka's a familiar face. We'll
Chaka's
get to
back.
you.
Hey, what's up,
We'll
Chaka?
get to you in a second, Chaka.
We'll be right with you, sir. Please hold and hang out and enjoy this beautiful answer to this other question.
So this is his team. He has Stroud as his quarterback. Perfect.
Yeah.
Pollard, Joe Mixon.
Let's break it down. It's Andrews for Kelce, right? So he's upgrading for Andrews to Kelce.
Agreed.
And then he's going Mixon and Cook together for either Bijan or Jacobs. So first answer, do I go Andrews to Kelce? Yes. No question I do that. Right, John?
Yes.
The next one is Mixon and James Cook for Bijan or Jacobs. Do I do that? I think I don't know. I that's a tougher one. James Cook, I'm not really worried about getting rid of. I would definitely let James Cook go in the trade. But the Mixon versus Bijan or Jacobs makes me nervous. Now it's like it depends on what you think they're going to be rest of season. If you think that Jacobs is going to continue to get work, which I do, then I would ask for Jacobs because at least I know what I'm getting. Bijan, I think there's tremendous upside there, but he's a big question mark, like whether he's going to be used week to week, whether they're going to use him for the rest of the year, like how it's going to be. Jacobs, you know the usage because they got the interim coach. He wants to give him the carries. He wants to get him 100 yards. So when
they're 5-5,
right? The team is and so what I would do is I would go Andrews, Mixon, Cook, or Kelce, Jacobs. That would be my want in that one. Because then at least you're consolidating a Mixon and a Cook for Jacobs. You know what you're getting with Jacobs. Bijan, I just traded for Bijan a couple weeks ago in my team. I love Bijan, and I think that he could potentially break out, but I have to hope for that. I don't have the opportunity to say, okay, you know what? I'd rather have Jacobs.
Yeah, then his running backs are Jacobs and Pollard. Pollard's not what you want. Herbert, you hope comes back and is killing it. I mean, Hunt, you could put in. Spears, you could put in as a right. You got Diggs, Ayuk, Hollywood, Downs, and you got McBride. Shit.
Yeah, Jalen Reed just had a good game.
Yeah, I think as much as I would like, I don't like Pollard. That's not terrible. You're upgrading tremendous, from like you said.
I would do that again because you're going from Andrews to Kelce. Let's not forget about that. And Kelce is a weapon in fantasy football. So, yeah. I would do that deal for Jacobs, but not for Bijan. Bijan, I love, but it's not quite as secured. Chaka.
I got you, Chaka.
Go ahead.
Would you trade Achane, Andrews, and Kyron for Chase, Komet, and Goddard? No.
Yeah.
All this stuff's coming about.
We got you, Dylan. Every week, every Wednesday night, we got you.
We got you. PPR. Other RBs are Kamara, Hall, and Javon. Okay, so you have good running backs. Sell Achane while it's still a question mark, I guess, right? You don't know.
Hold on a second. Would you trade Achane, Andrews, and Kyron Williams for Jamar Chase, Komet, and
Goddard? I wouldn't want to get both. I mean, Goddard's banged up, I guess, because you're getting Komet to hold you till Goddard. Who's your current tight end?
He's got Andrews.
Chaka. That's Chaka. Chaka doesn't have Andrews.
That's in this trade. It's right in there. He's trading.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Don't do that.
No. Yeah, definitely don't do that. Because you're basically
that's too much.
Trading, 3 guys for 1 guy. Yeah, it's Komet and Goddard are like almost non-factors. Komet would be like a fourth option in a trade like this. Yeah, definitely do not do that.
Yeah, no. I'd rather
looking
run
to
with
upgrade
that.
a wide. He's looking to upgrade a wide receiver. You better have an incredible rest of your team if you're willing to give up Achane, Andrews, and Kyron for Jamar Chase, just so you can upgrade a wide receiver.
Because at that point you're flexing running back, fine, but I wouldn't.
No.
Yeah, I would try something else.
There's no way that there's no chance that leaves you with a good team, with a better team than you would have had with just staying pat. But like, if you're willing to trade Achane and Andrews and Kyron, then just trade one of them or two of them. Keep Andrews, trade Achane and Kyron. If you must have some kind of crazy depth at running back.
Trading with this guy is impossible, he said. Yeah. Well, don't sell yourself too short there. Yeah, I agree. Don't worry about the tight end situation. That's a valid point.
Yeah.
Just sit here and give him those two other players, Achane, sell him while everybody thinks he's going to still continue and throw out 50
He probably is. He probably is good.
He's going to still have some game, but do you think he's going to go his 3-game stretch was like,
well, it's like historic and you can't keep that up. But my point is that I think he's got a sustainable workload and he's got sustainable output where he's going to be a fantasy starter no matter what. He's going to be a fantasy starter. He's not going to score 50 points a game, but he's going to be a fantasy starter.
Right.
So, but it sounds like Chaka can get rid of two running backs and still survive it. So yeah, leave the
tight end things out of it.
Keep Andrews, put Achane and Kyron Williams together, and get a receiver. But at the same time, you're trading two guys who haven't played in a while. So good luck with that.
Hey, listen,
somebody might want it because running backs are really hard to get right now. So if you're stacked at running back, people want them. There's no doubt about it.
At that point, at the very least, just focus on that. Just take the tight ends out of the equation, and if you can give him the 2 RBs for that, would you recommend? Whoa, hold on.
Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan. Oh, he said Bijan and Jacobs both have a good playoff matchup, so it's basically either a safe play with Jacobs or risk it for Bijan. Yeah, I don't know. I just like I said with the whole situation with Jacobs, he's going to get 20 touches a game. They're going to push for over 100 yards a game. Coaching situation, I just think that's just a better one for sure. Would you recommend after doing the trade to scramble and go trade McBride with an addition of Kelsey on the roster? My depth at RB would be weakened after this trade, but I'm focused on helping my starters. Agreed on that. Focus on help on your starters. But yeah, if you could sell somebody, I mean, listen, tight end's a position that everybody wants to be able to comfortably fill, and he's a great pickup. Just had a great week. And if you could sell him right after that, yeah.
So what we're trading?
If he's saying if he does that first trade we spoke about,
yeah. So
he's giving up the
you're
RB.
Getting Kelsey, then can you trade McBride and get RB? Yes, 100%.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely,
100%. Yes,
that's the move.
That is exactly the move. Yeah, if you can get running back value for trade McBride,
even if you got it, like you said, you look at
while having Kelsey on your roster. Post bye, Kelsey's now coming off his bye, so you're getting him for every game now. So you don't need another tight end, really.
Goodbye.
So Trey McBride, get a running back for him right now.
Trey McBride, that motherfucker on somebody else's team.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen Joe, welcome to the show, Stephen Joe.
Yes. Subscribe. Trade away Andrews, please. Najee, and White, Rashad White. For I'm presuming for Kittle, I'm guessing this is Elijah Mitchell and Monty, half PPR. Trade away Andrews, Mark Andrews, Najee Harris, and Rashid White for Kittle. I'm assuming Elijah Mitchell and David Montgomery. Ravens Mitchell. Oof.
I'm lost here. I'm lost. I'm all over the board.
All right.
You guys are typing faster than I can put them on the screen.
All right,
okay, so Stephen Joe wants to know, trade away Andrews, Najee, and White for Kittle, Mitchell, and Monty.
I say no.
I mean,
half PPR.
Kittle is the big sticking point because Mitchell and Monty is definitely better than Najee and White. Oh, is it though? Yeah, I think it is for upside. White has been great this year. White has really been good. Najee's been kind of questionable. Mitchell Monty. No, I agree with Anthony. Don't do it. Don't do the deal. Anthony Andrews is the best player in that deal. White has been really good for fantasy football.
Right now, yeah.
Monty is definitely not going to get everything that he was getting before.
No, because Jahmyr Gibbs has finally the flower has sprouted.
Mitchell is too much of a lottery ticket each week.
No, the way they play, they're gonna like who can you run? Come on.
You don't. His workload isn't going to be sustainable, and then Kittle is another fantasy football lottery ticket. Like he can win you a week,
oh for sure,
but he can go 6 weeks with scoring single digits.
Right, he could lose you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yes,
yeah, because my wide receivers are Wilson, Olave, Thielen, Sutton, Ridley. So I was looking for an elite wide receiver one. Yeah. That's not. I mean, Thielen has been having a good year. Olave, okay. Sutton's just been a touchdown monster these past games. It's unbelievable. Ridley dead to me, to everyone really. Yeah, trying to get a ring. So we have Dylan. Love your guys' vibes. I'll be around for sure every Wednesday. ? Any other?
Yes. Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, we're here for at least 2 hours.
Couple hours.
2 to 3 hours. We go over our fantasy football league and we go over the NFL picks, as we also throughout the show answer some questions in the Two Clouded Mind studio. You could also check us out at the Two Clouded Mind show.
Yeah. So okay, are we caught up on everything now? We don't have any outstanding questions.
No outstanding questions. No.
Thank you very much, by the way, Dylan. We appreciate the
subscribe.
Yes, subscribe.
We appreciate you. All right, what was the last team we?
Okay, so the next game, I think, Seahawks Rams, right?
Yes.
The Rams are at home. They're 1 point home favorites. I'm sorry, 1 point home.
Anthony did his pick already.
Anthony picked, right? You picked the Rams.
Rams and the over.
I'm going to take the Seahawks and lay the point, and I will take the over as well. John?
I'll take the Seahawks with the points, and I'll do the over.
Awesome. We got another. Okay, so you have to say the name of this person who's just messaged us in right now. What's their name? Just pronounce that for me.
AU for life.
That was good.
Thank you.
Nice job. What did he say? I can't read it.
12-man PPR, 2 flex. What move should I make? So this is the line. This is their roster. Quarterback is Brock Purdy and Kyler Murray. Trade Kyler Murray. Running back. Sorry, something popped up. Running back, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones. David Montgomery, Gus Edwards, Khalil Herbert, Ty Chandler, which could pick up. Wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, DK, Hollywood, Dobbs. Tight end is Ingram.
What?
You can always get an upgrade with running back.
Yeah, because I would try and upgrade
Purdy,
RB.
Kyler, Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, Gus Edwards, Herbert, Ty Chandler. Okay, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown. Okay.
DK, that's a nice 1, 2, 3.
Well, yeah, DK, and then Hollywood is number 4. That's pretty nice. But that, presuming Justin Jefferson comes back full strength, what it seems like he's going to. So yeah, if you can get
Kyler
value for Kyler or Purdy, I would say keep one, trade one. Because you need a running back.
Oh, he's got Hollywood, so maybe you keep Kyler for the stack.
Yeah, so maybe if you can trade Purdy, whom he might actually have a little more value right now because he's been pretty good for fantasy. If you could trade
QB9 on the year, I think.
Purdy and a running back, like maybe Purdy and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, definitely try and move Aaron Jones if you could. Ty Chandler could start you this week if Herbert comes back.
Yeah, he's going to be a spot starter. I don't know if he's going to be.
Yeah, but to get you through if you need to, for next week at least.
Right, but yeah, I would say if you can get value for Purdy and an Aaron Jones, something like that. Maybe give that a look
for sure.
The running back is probably where I would try to upgrade.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the first priority, and then we got Dylan hitting us with a couple. We're Dylan. No doubt, no rush, no answer. This start sit question.
Go ahead.
Another league of mine. James Conner, Ford, or Singletary.
Singletary. That's my answer. John, what do you think? Conner, Ford, or Singletary? It's not Ford.
I'm going to go.
No, it's not Ford. It's between Conner and Singletary. I guess the safer play. I would go Singletary.
I'm going to go with Conner.
Yeah? You love James Conner. You're a big James Conner.
After I make the Chelsea cage.
I just like the matchup this week.
You see any holes in my roster going through this week? So many.
Toasted Cheez-Its are the best ones.
Yeah.
They definitely are the best ones.
After that trade, the only person I see on your is Pollard is the only.
Pollard's been a disappointment. Yeah. So like when you trade McBride, you're getting some of that running back depth back, right?
Right.
So try to trade McBride and Pollard for a better running back.
If you can do that, yeah.
Yeah, because isn't he getting a good running back in the deal? I don't even remember at this point.
I think it's Jacobs.
Jacobs, yeah. So if you're getting Jacobs, then trade McBride and Pollard together
to get a different
running back. Yeah. Get Bijan.
Get Bijan, yeah.
There you go.
Frenzy, welcome to the one. And make sure you subscribe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
John,
he has Lamar for B-Rob and Pollard. He has Jalen Hurts. I do that.
Is it Bijan or Brian?
That's a good question. Bijan or Brian Robinson?
I'm assuming Brian.
Because I don't like Pollard.
Well, if Brian Robinson, no. If it's Bijan, yes.
Well,
I would also still shop around. It's Lamar Jackson we're talking about here.
That's true.
He's trading Lamar.
It's Brian.
Let's just slow down a little bit because Brian Robinson is still he's like a top 8 running back.
He's having a good year.
He's been pretty good. So, and he's a large part of that offense. But the thing is, once if they fall behind quite a bit, if they're not in competitive games, then his role gets diminished quite a bit. So Brian Robinson and Pollard for Lamar, you try to do better than that. Go out there.
I think you can get better than that.
Unless if you're desperate for running backs and you're just like, shit, I really need something, because both of those guys are going to disappoint you just as much as they do well, maybe even more.
Pollard more so than Robinson.
Pollard is a fucking rough ride.
Like Brian Robinson this week against the Giants.
Yeah, Brian Robinson would be great. Yeah, he's going to have good games, and he's going to have some games where he disappears because they fall behind by 20 points.
For your goal, and I'm sure you have a deadline, and I'm assuming it's coming this week.
It's got to be soon.
I have absolutely move Lamar.
Yes,
but get something better.
Get a deal done, but get a better deal. Try to get a better deal.
Dylan said that's a great idea. Which type of guy would you go for? Like value should I expect to get out of a McBride and Pollard combo?
Bijan Robinson. Well, here's what you got to do. You got to look for somebody who's a playoff contender with a weak tight end. That's what you do. You go to a team who's contending, may not make the playoffs, or they're in the battle. They're on the bubble.
They're the bubble, the cusp.
Yeah, they're in or they're out. They're right in that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 range, and they believe they have a shot at the playoffs, and they have a weak tight end, and they really want to solidify that position. And you see their running backs, and you look. There's probably 2 or 3 teams that meet this criteria that they're playoff contenders with weak tight ends, and you look at all their running backs, and then you pick one off. You pick the weakest one of the herd, and you attack.
Lamar and this is Freezy again. Lamar and Warren for Henry and Garrett Wilson.
Make sure you guys subscribe.
Ooh,
every week.
I don't know.
Lamar and Warren for Henry,
Henry and Garrett Wilson. I still think it would be better.
No, I don't like that. You have Jalen Warren. Keep Jalen Warren. Keep Jalen Warren.
I like. Yeah, I still like the players you have better than that. So I think you can still get more.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson with a better quarterback, different story.
Right. In an alternate reality, Garrett Wilson is a must-have. He's like a must-add.
By the way, we're 2 games away from finishing our parlays.
Sorry. I'm sorry. They're just hitting us with so much.
Sorry, John. We're getting some compliments. Yeah, Derrick Henry. Yeah, we'd still stick with what you got. Get a better deal for Lamar and stay and keep Warren.
Sorry, John. We're just on fire.
So now here's the deal. He's going to keep our show a secret, I think, for now. He wants to use our advice.
Hot takes.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, because we're unknown right now, so we can give advice that nobody else hears. Because we're not a big fantasy football show, so we can give advice that nobody else is going to hear. So, okay, John wants to get to the end of this and do his parlay because he wants to go to sleep.
I feel you, John. I apologize.
Okay, so we have 2 more games, and one of them is the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings, the Pastronaut, Josh Dobbs, 2.5-point road dogs. So the Broncos are favored at home by 2.5. 42.5 point over under. John, who do you like?
Money line, Vikings.
Oh. There it is. The Pastronaut. Anthony?
Duh. Moneyline Vikings.
Wow. You guys over or under in this one?
I'm going to
Over.
go with the under this game.
Nothing can stop Dobbs. I'm over.
Wow. Okay. All right. You can give me the Broncos at home. And you can give me the under. Monday night, and we'll stay on the show. John's gonna have to go to sleep, but me and Anthony will stay on, and we'll talk with you guys if we want to ask more questions and talk more football. The Monday night game is Eagles Chiefs. Great Monday night game.
Finally.
Chiefs at home, 3-point home favorites over the Eagles, 45.5 point over under. Anthony.
It hurts to say this.
Yeah.
See what I did there with that hurts?
Yeah, I got you.
Money line.
Ooh, love it.
Eagles.
Love it.
Same.
And over, because 45.5 for these two guys here. It's too low. It's too low. This should be 48 to 50.
I'm gonna go with
opening.
Anthony too. I love that money line, and give me the over too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fireworks, baby. And I got no class next week. Let's go.
Yeah. Like this game could potentially hit an over under of 70. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it could, but the thing is, both of these defenses are very good. Although the Eagles do give it up to the pass, so
these are two
the
phenomenal quarterbacks.
Yeah,
going
it's
at
true. It's true. I will take the Eagles and the points.
AJ Brown and Travis Kelce.
I'll take the Eagles and the points, and I will take the over in this game as well because I like fun and the overs are fun. John, what's your 3-pick parlay?
Oh, I'm doing all money line. Anthony's going to be so proud of me for this one.
Yes.
Anthony,
talk to me, John.
Proud of me. All right, Eagles money line. Give it to me.
Eagles money line. You got it.
I'm going to go Vikings money line. Give it to me. I'm going to go with Jets money line.
Wow. Okay,
that's got to be a good
1553. That's the steepest money line of the steepest parlay of the season so far. Good luck, John. Anthony, what's yours?
Mine's the record-breaking one. I just broke the new one. I just broke it.
Go ahead.
Because it's Eagles and Vikings.
Eagles and Vikings and
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans. My goodness.
For a plus 1625.
Ooh.
If you Yeah, that's risk. That's what we call risky business. It's not called moneyline madness for nothing. It's mad. It's madness.
Very, very interesting. I'm taking the Steelers and the point. I am taking the 12 point. The Buccaneers getting 12. And I will take the Eagles getting 3.
Bang.
So that's 567. Very meager compared to what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I poop out that shit.
Good luck, John. Yeah. Good luck, Anthony. John, you want to go to bed?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, and I might not make it on next week because I'm trying to get my papers done next week, and also it's Thanksgiving, so I might be busy.
Roger that. Yeah, we'll have to figure something out.
But I will for sure the following week. I should be officially done, a graduate, no shit, no more, and I should be. All right. But guys, I want to also thank everybody that's in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting us, and like and subscribe, and don't forget we do this shit every Wednesday.
That's right. Every week. We're here every week doing the fantasy football questions. John, good night. Have a good night. And Friesel has a question, or has more information on the
Well, we had a wait. So got to keep it a secret now. Wizzy says, when is your guys' next stream? Generally, we're every Wednesday. Next week might be like a little tricky because of the holiday, so maybe it's Tuesday. But generally, it's Wednesday. Dylan said he'll shout out to people who's not in his league. I like that.
Yes, if it's not going to screw you over in your league, then definitely tell them about our show.
Yeah. Okay. Then Freezy. Okay. My QBs are Lamar and Hurts. RBs are Walker, Swift, Achane. Wide receivers are AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs, and Cooper Kupp. Jesus, bro. Nice.
It's gonna be a 10-man league.
Yeah, tight end is Andrews, so I don't know if I could upgrade anything trading away Lamar.
It's not about upgrading anything. It's about
You got 2 stacks. You got the Lamar Andrews and the AJ Brown Jalen Hurts. I mean, yeah,
AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts. That's
yeah.
good. Yeah, it's not about upgrading anything. It's that you can only start one quarterback.
Right. You have to get
So
rid of that.
You can only start one. Now that Jalen Hurts has passed his bye, you can start a running back and Jalen Hurts. You can start a wide receiver and Jalen Hurts. You can't start Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts.
Right.
So that's just the bottom line. I mean, I don't know if anybody on that list still has a bye that's coming up. I don't think that anybody on that list does. Sounds like everybody's past their bye week. Maybe the Bills. I think the Bills might still have their bye coming up. I really don't know.
They had their bye.
Yeah, so
no, the Raiders still have their bye.
But whatever the case may be, it's not a question of upgrading anything because you might not be able to upgrade. But what I would do is try to bolster, try to get more. Like you have 3 receivers, get a 4th receiver. You have AJ Brown, Diggs, and Kupp, get another one. Get another good receiver for Lamar. That's what I would do. You know, Walker, Swift, HN, that's nice. You can start 2, usually maybe 3 running backs. Receivers, get another receiver because Kupp has quarterback issues. Diggs has happy to be here issues. So like you don't know what happens. Diggs gets all of a sudden pulls a hammy, quote unquote, and he's out for a couple weeks.
That's right.
He doesn't feel like
That's
playing.
fair. That's fair. It's always you always want to have more receivers and running backs.
Right, exactly. That's the whole bottom line. That's the way I feel about that.
So we got Liam.
Liam, welcome to the show, Liam.
Well, subscribe, Liam.
Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, Zay or JSN this week. And at first I was like, Zay Jones?
Zay Flowers. Yeah,
Half
Zay Jones.
PPR?
Not starting Zay Jones.
Zay Flowers or JSN?
Half PPR.
That's tough.
I don't know who's playing who.
That's
Seahawks play against.
No, Lamar plays. Baltimore plays Cincinnati.
Baltimore plays Cincinnati. That's a nice-ish matchup for running receivers.
And Seattle
but
plays.
No, it's good for running backs, I think. Seattle plays against
somebody
the Rams.
JSN. Yeah, but then he's the third look.
It's a half point PPR.
That's a tough one.
You really need a touchdown from one of these guys. I mean, I guess I would play Zay Jones. Oh, Zay Flowers. You got me doing it. I would play Zay Flowers. I would play Zay Flowers in here. I wouldn't feel great about it, but I would play. I
wouldn't because when you're looking at the receivers, take out the tight end of that Mark Andrews. He's the number 1.
Right, exactly. So he's higher in the pecking order.
Right. Where JSN, I think, could definitely have the better game, but it's just he has.
But if JSN gets a touchdown, he could have a better game, but he has to get the touchdown to get the better game. Whereas Zay, he can just complain.
I think you got to go with Zay.
Yeah.
And then we got Freezy back again. He's a Kupp or A chain.
Freezel.
I see eyes, I believe.
It's Freezel. FR.
Those are eyes.
ZI. Oh, it's 2 eyes?
It's 2 eyes.
Freezy. Oh, okay.
Yo, Freezy.
Freezy.
Kupp or A-Chan in the flex this week?
A-Chan. Oh, A-Chan. Kupp. If Matt Stafford gets hit the wrong way in his hand, Kupp is done.
Okay.
Right? A-Chan is A-Chan. He's A-Chan by himself. Yeah, like if Tua gets knocked out of the game, A-Chan's still in the game.
Right, but his first week back,
Jalen Waddle or Taylor, he's just dependent on himself. Yes, they wouldn't put him back there if he wasn't going to get. And he only gets a handful of touches each game. I play A-Chan on this one because there's less variables. If you're in a position, if your team is so stacked that you're worried about whether I should play Kupp or A-Chan in the flex,
that's tough.
Kupp or A-Chan in the flex,
that's what you want.
You are sitting pretty, right? So play A-Chan. Because the thing is,
upside.
You have it's about potential ceiling versus potential floor. A-Chan, we know what his floor, his baseline is going to be. Kupp, his baseline could drop out of the fucking crater. Like could go through the crust of the earth. Both of their ceilings are ultra high, but I think A-Chan's floor is higher in this scenario only because I worry about the thumb. That's it. And it has nothing to do with Kupp at all. It's all about another guy, which makes me even more nervous.
I'm not saying your argument isn't valid. It's a very good argument. Maybe I have Kupp issues.
You love Kupp. You're a Kupp owner. You can't see clearly in this situation. You said Kupp. You said Stafford's thumb is going to be fine, but Fields' thumb is an issue.
Stafford is gangsta.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Lamar and Andrews for Kelsey.
Yes.
If they do it, I do it.
Yes. I would do that because you're upgrading Kelsey and you're not really losing anything with Lamar.
Right. Like
Yeah.
you're definitely technically in the trade giving more.
You're giving more. There's no question. But I'm a big fan of Anthony knows this about me. I trade quite a bit in our league.
We both do.
Yeah, we both do. But I mean,
You're known for it more
I
than
get
I
it.
am.
Yeah, exactly. Because I overpay. I'll give you a lot very often. If I want to get a guy.
Because you want your guy.
Exactly. And if you're in a situation like this, Lamar is what's called an embarrassment of riches. You have like a great player who means literally nothing to you. Like he does not help your team at all. So
you're basically just going Andrews to Kelsey.
Exactly. You're giving the Lamar Andrews stack to somebody for
They'll
Kelsey.
jizz in their pants. Maybe you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Like that person that could help them make the playoffs.
Right.
That's really, really good. You know.
And this is.
But I would do it.
And you're in the league. Yeah, this is Freezy where he's got question mark of Cup or H-Han. Yeah. I would definitely want to have the best tight end.
Oh, he said it's a 14-team league.
That's Liam.
That's Liam. I'm sorry.
Liam's coming back here. My team is Herbert, assumingly my boy Justin. That's my guy. Saquon, Jacobs, Keenan, beautiful. Zay Flowers, Kincaid, nice. Joe Mixon with Downs, Demario Douglas, JSN, Foreman, Spears, Jonny Smith on the bench. I'm worried about my RBs, ROS. The team is half PPR and a 14-man. I'll tell you what, for a 14-man, you got a pretty good team.
Herbert is your quarterback. And then you said you had the stack there.
You got the Herbert.
What's up, Seth? We'll be right with you.
1 second, Seth. Yeah, you got the Herbert Keenan stack, which has been nice. Kincaid had a rough start, but it has been very nice.
Yeah, he's good. You're obviously concerned. People don't think about this, but the other guy is coming back from IR. Knox. He's coming back.
No,
from
he's
IR,
coming back,
and he's going to play a role. So
he's going to be on the field.
But I think Kincaid is going to be on the field quite a bit as well. So it's not. It's not scaring me. So now, worried about RB's rest of season. The RBs were who? Who do we see?
He's got Saquon Barkley, Jacobs, and Tajee Spears, Deontay Foreman. Foreman pretty much will be.
Yeah, both of those guys poof be gone.
Yeah,
they're out of here. Jacobs, okay,
and then these wide receivers, Keenan,
Zay, Flowers. Oh, he's got Mixon also. He's got Mixon. I see there, right?
Oh yes, Mixon. I'm sorry. So I would say you're good with running backs. I try to get another receiver.
Mixon with Downs. Wait, now it's
oh my God.
Now is it Joe Mixon from the Cincinnati Bengals, or is it a different Mixon who has disabilities? Oh man, this is not a kid's show.
No, come on.
It's not a kid's show. Jason Foreman. Yeah, Foreman and Spears are pretty much like Spears. I would hang on to because if Henry gets injured, Foreman I would hang on to because if homeboy comes back from his injury, Herbert and gets injured again or something like that, something bad happens, Foreman is instantly back in the mix. Demario Douglas. I look for
a receiver here because you got Keenan Allen, great. Zay Flowers, okay. And then
I agree.
Like you got Josh Downs, who's
Saquon, Jacobs, and Mixon is a great 3-run.
Right. And then you have safety nets and with Spears and whatever. So you're fine. I don't know what else you have because
don't be worried about your running backs rest of the season. Be worried about your receivers rest of the season. Sorry to break the news to you. Where did you see? Oh, Keenan, Zay, Kincaid, Mixon. Yeah, Demario Douglas, JSN. Jonny Smith on the bench. Yeah.
And I mean, it's a 14-team
league. Yeah, exactly.
So luckily you could start all your running backs.
Yeah, all three of your running backs are in there. But you're also probably going to have a hard time upgrading. You got to hope Downs gets healthy.
Yes, because he was a PPR.
He's good.
Getting those touchdowns. Demario Douglas could pick up. I guess you could play the waiver wire. I'm sure it already went. Ty Chandler, but that's another.
Seth looks like he came in, asked a question, and then said, "You know what? Bye."
No.
I'm just kidding. That's what it looks like, right?
Okay.
Like, you know what, guys? Forget about it. Never mind.
All right, Seth. He goes, Rashad White and Zay Flowers for Cup.
Seth, make sure you subscribe. We do this every Wednesday night.
Yeah, I have Bijan in the bet, so I'd be Henry and Henderson this week. But wait, what?
Cup in the bye. It's the bye. Bijan on bye.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be Henry and Hunt/Henderson this week, but Moore, Cup, and Dell at wide receiver.
I mean, Rashad White and Flowers for Cup. Rashad White
has
been looking good.
So you're talking about either having Rashad White and Derrick Henry,
I take Cooper Cup.
or having. Yeah, I guess you take Cooper Cup in this situation.
It's
Yeah.
it's still Cooper Cup.
It is still Cooper Cup, and he's got Bijan just on bye. It's not like he doesn't have Bijan, so he'd be going from Bijan, Rashad White, and Derrick Henry to just Bijan and Derrick Henry, which I'm okay with. But you have to remember,
maybe grab Spears just in case.
Would you now? Let me ask you this question. This might be crazy.
Nothing's crazy here, sir.
Well,
we're in the Two Cloud Mind
Would
studio.
you rather have Derrick Henry or Rashad White rest of the season? I think Rashad White. No, in a PPR league, it's a conversation.
It's definitely a conversation,
right? Because
there's no clear answer.
Derrick Henry's very game script dependent. Rashad White's been pretty rock
right.
solid.
Like if Tennessee starts off good, Derrick Henry's going to have a good game.
Somebody said, yeah, Joe Mixon.
He said Ty Chandler is still available in the league. Not sure if I should pick him up though, because I would have to play him over Jacob, Saquon, or Mixon.
This is a different person now. We're going back and forth between.
I know. I'm saying, listen, we're making it.
So we landed on yes for Cup, right?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, Seth, make sure you do two things: do the Cup deal, and also subscribe.
Yeah.
Liam, Ty Chandler is still available in the league. Not sure if you should pick him up because you have to play him over Jacobs. No, you don't play Ty Chandler over these.
Right.
Ty Chandler is a great bye week replacement or an injury replacement for 1 week. Exactly. You don't even spend a lot of fab on him, honestly.
I just thought Jacobs was on a bye this week, but I think it's next week.
Josh Jacobs?
Yeah. Or is it this week?
Thank you, Seth. I don't know the answer to that question, to be honest with you. No, Jacobs. Yeah. No, they're playing. The Raiders are playing this week, don't they?
Yeah. Well, Ty Chandler is if you need somebody this week. No problem, Seth. We got you. We're here.
Yeah, I don't think you should be starting him over. No. You're not starting him over. You're welcome for the advice. You're not starting Ty Chandler over one of those frontline running backs. You start your guys and you're like, let's rock and roll. Jacobs and Saquon on a bye in week 13, but Ty Chandler's in 13. Yeah, Ty Chandler, poof, be gone. See you later. Let somebody else spend their fab on that or spend their priority or whatever, however it works in your league. Like that's what's called like a landmine.
Like right? for instance, in our league of importance, if you would, I just traded for Alvin Kamara, and he's now on a bye this week, and I need a starting running back. So I spent the fab, and I got Ty Chandler just for this week, and only for.
But you didn't spend a lot though. You spent what, $20?
22.
But what of a total budget? What was your percent?
Of what I have left, I had $70 left. I put $2 on the $72 left.
72. Okay,
so
that's not that bad.
Yeah.
We got a resist season. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for joining us on the show here. Got offered a trade. What's the trade?
The trade offer is Achane, Diggs, Javonte Williams for CeeDee Lamb and ATN.
No. You keep CeeDee Lamb and you keep ETN.
How do you know he's not getting that?
Oh, good call.
I mean, technically,
which side of the trade are you on?
Technically, you're saying got offered Achane, Diggs, and Javonte. So you're saying somebody's offering you that for CD,
exactly,
and ATN.
To me, that sounds like it's him. I'm all over the place.
Hold on. So resist. Just confirm who you currently own.
Who are you getting and who are you giving in this trade? Because the CD side, CD and ATN side is the side you want. That's the one you want.
I have CD and ATN.
Yeah, keep them. Jalen Guyton. Okay, so here we go. Liam, should I grab Jalen Guyton or Quentin Johnson off the waiver wire?
Oh, we skipped over a new guy.
Oh, we did. Sorry,
George play. George, what do you play with? All right, listen, subscribe.
First of all, Liam, don't pick up Jalen Guyton or Quentin Johnson. Just keep the guys you have. Right? Those guys are not factors to me. George play. Hey guys. Hey George.
Hey, should I drop
welcome and
Fournette for Rico Dowdle, or should I stash Fournette? I'm guessing this is
get Rico Dowdle.
I'm guessing this is a deeper. No, not necessarily.
No, because somebody picked Fournette up in our league, which is
Weeks
a 12
ago.
Yeah, weeks ago before he even
Was
got
anything?
off
Yeah,
the
yeah.
plane.
Dowdle right now because honestly,
Yeah,
it looks
Rico
like
Dowdle.
he's got a little bit of juice every time he
He's got
touches
a
the
role
ball.
in the game. He's got a role in the offense. He's going to be out there.
And they play the Giants. No, they already played him twice. Never mind. Should I grab? We already did that. If so, drop one. I mean,
Seth.
Quentin Johnston, no. Jalen Guyton, those are just
Jalen Guyton,
gamble
if you
plays.
needed a guy to play this week, but I don't think they're better than the guys that you had on your team.
No, and they're playing and I don't even know who they're playing.
Would you trade
Henry
Yes,
before White?
I was going to actually suggest that. Trade Henry, not Rashad. I think that's my opinion.
I would like Rashad White over Henry rest of season.
Here's a question. Is it PPR? If it's PPR, I would want Rashad White, no questions asked, over Derrick Henry. If it's PPR,
to me, it's just because Derrick Henry and they got Tajee Spears who's getting work. It's Rashad White and Rashad White.
Yeah, and it's all catches because they can't actually hand off and run the ball. I like
Rashad White if you can get rid of that.
If it's PPR, yeah.
Yep, PPR.
Yeah,
Rashad White.
So I'll take Rashad White. Keep Rashad White. Trade Derrick Henry. You might even get better value for him.
Some people still might like the name.
Exactly. He's a better.
Bye, Henry.
Resist. Don't forget to subscribe. We do this every Wednesday night. So come on and hang out with us. Chandler back in the chat.
Again.
Welcome back, Chandler.
Trade Amon-Ra, Swift, and Gibbs for CMC and Diggs. PPR. No.
That's a lot to give up. No, I wouldn't do that. That's a lot to give up.
No.
I mean, CMC is awesome. Look, let's be real. CMC is awesome. Maybe the best asset to own in fantasy football. No, he is the best asset to own in fantasy football. But Amon-Ra is amazing. Gibbs is going to be good for the rest of the year. Swift has been awesome this season. Diggs has been, that offense, we talked about it a little bit earlier. You may not have been with us at the time, but the offense is kind of broken right now. And that makes me nervous for the rest of the season. There seems to be some discontent there. So you don't know how that type of stuff is going to play out. George play back again. George, don't forget to subscribe. We do this every Wednesday night.
I was just looking because on one of my leagues I have Amon-Ra.
Drop MT for Dowell. Is that Mike Thomas for Dowell? Diggs. Michael Thomas? Didn't he get injured? Didn't you just tell me earlier that Michael Thomas is out injured?
I think so.
Didn't you say that to me?
Yeah,
You would never lie to me, right?
When have I ever?
Michael Thomas is out injured because Anthony said it to me and he would never lie. That's how I
forgot what was something like something in the neck, injury or surgery.
I don't know.
Something. I gotta look back at my notes.
I'll Google it in the meantime. But
George.
If it's Michael Thomas, then I probably would drop him for Rico Dowdle. But read us what George has to say.
George, also in a non-PPR, I'm 9-1. Well, so far, nice, good job out of you. My RBs are CMC, Warren, Keaton, and Fournette. Today, I traded Kenneth Walker for Pollard. Was it a good trade? And it was not a good trade. You're worried about the Seahawks schedule? I'm worried about Tony Pollard.
Wait, so you just told this guy's trade was bad?
I said I don't like it.
How come this isn't giving me?
Today I traded Kenny Walker for Pollard.
Kenny Walker?
Kenneth
Walker. Oh, Kenneth Walker for Tony Pollard. Was it a good trade? Worried about the Seahawks schedule. The schedule, I guess, is a little bit of a concern. I don't know why this isn't actually bringing me up. The website isn't working for me. The Cowboys have a good, rest of season / playoff schedule. The Seahawks might not have as good, but Tony Pollard has not been good in fantasy football this year, and there's no real signs that he's going to be good.
Right.
Kenneth Walker has been good.
And the signs, Charbonnet is chewing into some time. Okay.
George, I wish you would have asked us first before you did this.
George, we're here, George.
It's okay. We're going to get you through this.
Charbonnet is
He's
chewing
got
in.
CMC, Warren, and Keaton Mitchell. He traded Kenneth Walker for Pollard. So, it's a step down in my opinion. But you still have CMC, Keaton Mitchell, Jalen Warren. You're not out. But the thing is, at any given time, Pollard has the ability to play well and score, But the thing is, in order for that to happen, he's got to be in your lineup.
In 10 games.
And he could be hurting you. I know. I'm out on Pollard. Don't get me wrong. I'm out on Pollard. But and I own Kenneth Walker in a couple
Maybe
of
they
leagues.
saved him for the end of season.
I don't know what it is.
Back half.
But he hasn't even looked good when he's been in the game.
That's true. Like and this past week,
George, come hang out with us on
proved
Wednesday.
it.
Hang out with us on Wednesday nights, George, and we will steer you in the right direction. We'll help you out with this.
George.
Wants
That's why I want
Dowdle.
to add Dowdle and Charbonnet just in case they boom.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, yes. Both
I
of
would
those
like,
guys.
Charbonnet, sure.
Drop Fournette for Rico Dowdle. He's the one who asked. He had Fournette. Yeah, drop Fournette for Rico Dowdle for sure. And then if Charbonnet's available, you can grab him up too if you have room on your roster.
So you would rather have Dowdle over Charbonnet?
I think so.
Like if you only had room for one, you would choose Dowdle, huh?
I think so, but it wouldn't be close.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry,
not
it would be close rather. It would be very close. See Charbonnet, he's playing a lot of snaps,
What a
but he's
fancy
not
name.
getting any touches.
Fancy name.
Yeah, it's like wine.
Bigger guy, he's probably on the blocking side of it.
Just made the pickup.
If I end up getting the cup trade, would you guys start Dowdle, Hunt, or Henderson this week with Bijan on the bye? Who the Cowboys play?
Carolina Panthers. Great defensive matchup for offensive players. All offensive players.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Start Howdle, Hunt, or Dow. Howdle. I put Hunt and Dowdle together.
Yeah.
And I did a little Howdle. Dowdle, Hunt, or Henderson this week with Bijan on the bye. I don't know. Cleveland plays.
Hunt is interesting to me because, as you mentioned earlier, Anthony, the Cleveland offense is probably going to run through the running backs quite a bit.
I think so.
So that's interesting to me. Dowdle. See, the thing is, like, Dowdle could score 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter because Tony Pollard's already been benched because they're up 35-0. You know what I mean? Like, Dowdle's going to get work.
They're playing Arizona.
No, they're playing the Panthers.
Panthers, right?
They're playing the Panthers.
I knew it was
So
a bad team.
Yeah, they're going to run all over these guys. They're going to, score all over them. I think that sets up for Dowdle to put some points on the board and for people who have Pollard to get frustrated again. So I might play Dowdle on this one. Henderson's also a fine play.
Wow, that's tough.
Yeah, they're all pretty much right in the same general vicinity there. But Henderson is playing, he's the Rams, and he's playing against, I think, a tough defense, right? Didn't we just?
Yeah. And then Hunt, Cleveland. Who the fuck are Cleveland playing?
Oh, they're playing Seattle. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm starting Dowdle in that situation. Kind of high on Dowdle right now.
He's super high on Dowdle.
Apparently I am. I didn't know that I was.
Maybe you should smoke a little more. Super high on Dowdle.
Whoa.
Sorry.
But yeah.
Who's Cleveland play? I'm trying to find it. Did I not see it? And we said this. Maybe I should stop smoking. Oh, they play Steelers. Ooh, no. Great defense.
Good defense.
Sorry, excuse me. Damn. Because I was leaning Hunt just because I think they're going to be running a lot. But now your Dowdle point is interesting.
Because it'll be late game. He's going to get the late game stuff in addition to having a role during the game.
Right.
But before
it's
the
like,
game
pull the guy out that we're not even using anyway.
Right.
Pull out Pollard and let's throw in this guy. He's been. Hey, listen. You know what? You want a high ceiling? Dowdle. Like risk reward, risk reward situation where because of this scenario where they're playing.
Which one of those guys, Dowdle, Hunt, or Henderson, do you think is most likely to score a touchdown this week? Dallas, Dowdle against the Panthers.
Yeah,
right.
Dowdle because Dallas is going to move the ball regardless.
Cleveland against the Steelers defense, or the Rams, which is again not a bad matchup. The Rams against the Seahawks defense, but Henderson could be splitting work with Freeman. We don't know what the workload is going to be in that situation.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't think I would say it.
Dowdle, right?
Dowdle, yeah.
It's Dowdle. Seth, it's Dowdle. We figured it out for you. Yeah. I mean, don't expect big things.
Yeah, not like a confident great. Like,
But
oh man, this is what you want.
if
this week.
Dowdle scores a touchdown, you got to think of me. You got to be like, yo, Dave was right. Dowdle scored a touchdown.
And
right?
then you got to subscribe to the Two Clouded Mind show.
Oh, he's probably already done that. He's already in the. He's got that taken care of. Oh, the Clouded Mind show.
Yeah.
Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah, the Two Clouded Mind show is also very fun. If you like this, you'll love that.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe you'll hate that. But maybe our Venn diagram only crosses over in fantasy football. You know, it's
Maybe.
like two circles that only intersect over fantasy football, and everything else. Me and Seth would not get along. I don't believe that's true.
I don't think that's it.
Me and Seth and George Play and all these other guys. Shaka's a repeat customer. Chandler resists all the different people who signed in.
This was a nice. We were almost to the point where we were like losing like track there.
Yeah, I was definitely losing track. Like I'm still trying to get the hang of the way we have the studio set up, and I'm trying to work on my computer, but I'm looking up there and I have to go that way to get the mouse to go up there. It's very disorienting, but I think I did a pretty good job.
Great job.
Did okay.
It was great. Another great day.
So unless we have any more questions coming in from the chat, I think we'll pretty much wrap it up for this week's episode. Don't forget, we do this every Wednesday night. We start at 9:30 Eastern, and as you can see, it's about 12:30 now. So we went about 3 hours. The clock just ticked past 2:53, so we're just about 3 hours chopping it up. Happy to have everybody on here asking questions, talking back and forth. It's a lot of fun. So thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really enjoy it. We will see you next week, where it's always Sunday.